Okay, guys. Let me refresh my stream manager and then click Apollo on and hopefully, come on, pop up. Come on, game. There we go. Okay, guys. So today marks a new beginning because it is Ace Attorney Monday still, but for those of you that missed it last week, so I can't remember which day it was, but one of the days last week when I was on stream, I decided, because I was really close to finishing Ace Attorney, because I played something else on Monday and I can't remember what it was, but I played Ace Attorney, the original Ace Attorney trilogy, and I ended up finishing that. So today we are going to be starting the next trilogy in the Ace Attorney series, which is the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy. So I mentioned this at the end of the last Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy video, or stream if you're watching this on Twitch, but yeah, this set of games, it doesn't really focus on Phoenix Wright as much. Like, Phoenix Wright is still in the games, but now we're gonna get to meet a whole new colourful main cast of characters. And yeah, I'm very excited to play through these games again, because I do think whereas with Phoenix Wright, I feel like it's pretty obvious that Trials and Tribulations has like the best cases, but with this, with the Apollo Justice trilogy, I feel like it's more spread across the games. Like, the best cases are kind of in each game, rather than just being in one particular game. But yeah, just gonna drink my Monster. Splashed on my face a little bit. Anyway, but yeah, so if I go on game selection, so obviously this is a trilogy, so we will be so there is 3 games in this collection, but yeah, we will be starting with the first game in the collection, which is Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. This is the last 2D game in the Phoenix Wright series, as you probably just guessed from having seen the little smatterings of each game. But so yeah, this is the last 2D Ace Attorney game, and it's gonna introduce Apollo, who is the guy in the red waistcoat with the spiky hair. But yeah, looking forward to doing some more voice acting, that's for sure. I'm gonna try and give each character a definitive voice. I know in my Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy playthrough, I kind of went a bit plain with the voices, so I will try and be a bit more adventurous this time round. But yeah, let's start a new game. But first I am just going to check the options. Vibration on, subtitles on, yep. Hide UI elements, language, PC config, that's fine. Key config, that doesn't matter because I'm playing on controller. Yeah, this game has story mode, so obviously I'm gonna play the game the proper way. I'm not gonna be a cheater and just be like, oh no, we're just gonna watch the game. That's basically what story mode is. It's kind of like my mind blanked, but it's just like a movie. There we go. Hi Emily. Oh, you got a Billie Eilish shirt. Yeah, I saw Billie's in the UK currently for her Hit Me Hard and Soft tour. I'm not I'm not going obviously because Billie's tickets can be a bit expensive. I remember wanting to see her on her Happier Than Ever tour, but the tickets were like way too expensive. So yeah, I didn't bother. But Billie Eilish still is someone on my I want to see them list for sure. Yeah, because I always am in awe of Billie when she does her live performances. She's always so amazing. So yeah. So Consult, this is a oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I imagine you got it from the one in our nearest, in town, but yeah, yeah, that's cool that one of your cousins went to see her. I bet they had a great night. Cause I mean, I can only imagine Billie putting on like the perfect show, like nothing less than perfect. So yeah. So this is the consult mode. So this isn't available in Ace Attorney in the first Apollo Justice game, but it is available in Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice, but it's just an extra helper if you are really stuck. But yeah, so we are going to get on with the game now. So let's start the first game in the Apollo Justice trilogy. So this game originally, to make you all feel old, this game originally came out in 2007. So yeah, I was like 8 then. Well, well yeah, 7 for like a month and then 8 for the rest of the year. I really like how they do this. Like, they immediately make this game different from the Phoenix Wright games by doing these, like, different case openers. Oh no, is that a bottle? No! Yeah, that's definitely blood. But yeah, I'll start reading when I can like control, the text because I always find it hard to like voice act text when it's auto advancing. No, I it's funny because I was meant to watch it and then I got rid of Disney Plus. So yeah, I never got to see the Billie Eilish Simpsons special. But yeah, I do think I do imagine it would be very good though, and I'm sure Healy Smith who voices Lisa was I mean yeah, I'm sure Lisa's voice actress was very, very excited to have that opportunity to work with Billie. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna have another drink. There we go. Before I start reading. So yeah, just to explain some of the differences between this trilogy and the Phoenix Wright trilogy that I already completed. So this game, so this trilogy obviously has a bit more of a modern interface. Um, yeah, so I mean, it's still the right bumper or R1 to open the court record. Um, there's also a log button. So remember how in the previous Phoenix Wright trilogy series that I did, where I was like, oh, what did they just say? Like, I kind of had a habit for forgetting what was just said in a conversation. Well, now, ta-da, we have a log so we can see what text was just played. And also, I won't be using this in my playthrough, but there is a autoplay button. So if you are not like me and you hate reading, because I did know quite a lot of people in school and college and uni who hated reading. But yeah, if you're not a reader, there is an autoplay button. You can just auto advance through the text. So yeah. Yeah, the Simpsons movie is classic. Anytime I watch the Simpsons movie, I'm kind of the same. Whenever I watch it, I kind of get reminded of how funny and good it is. But yeah, there's so many funny moments in that movie. One one scene in the Simpsons movie that never fails to make me laugh is when Homer's trying to get money for his family to go to Alaska, and what he ends up doing is riding, like he has to ride a bike in like the Wheel of Death. And so it's a scene where he's in this like circle, like on a bike, and he fails a couple of times, and then Lisa's like, no, don't slow down, keep going fast, and then he does it, and it's so funny. But yeah, I do think that in terms of the show, like the Simpsons show, I do think it is starting to become one of those things where it's kind of a bit like SpongeBob, like its best days are behind it. Yeah, and I feel like it's more just around nowadays for like nostalgia or to maybe try and get more people into the show. But yeah, because what, The Simpsons has been going for like over 30 seasons now, I think. So yeah, it's been going on for ages. But yeah, panicked, palms sweaty. I can admit it. I'm nervous. Ah, good morning. Yeah, there we go. Guess right. I really hate that when like it doesn't bring up a character, but it brings up text. So I have to try and remember who said that, or try and predict who says it. Good morning, sir. You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight. Oh, wound up, sir? No, I'm loose. I'm fine. That screeching noise, is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial, and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small, eh? I'm fine. I got up at 5 a.m. to do my Cords of Steel voice workout. I'm fine. Yeah, Spider Pig in the Simpsons movie is really funny as well. I used to have the Spider Pig song in my head. Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, he can't, 'cause he's a pig. Look out, he is a Spider Pig. Yeah, I used to have that song in my head all the time. But yeah, I also really like the way Dan Castellaneta, who voices Homer, I really like the way he delivers those lines. Um, but yeah, yeah. I've only seen a few episodes of SpongeBob here and there. I kind of got more into it when I was getting more into Nickelodeon as a whole. Like when I was watching iCarly and Victorious and Sam and Cat, that was when I primarily watched SpongeBob, because Nickelodeon is obviously the main channel that SpongeBob uh, is broadcast on. But yeah. I love the Ice Age movies. Yeah, I've not seen Ice Age 3 in a while, but yeah, Ice Age 1 and 2 are still very much movies that I like to go back and watch, especially 2, I think. Like 3 is my favorite, but I think 2 is also like a all-round really good film. But yeah. Yeah, I think my two favorite quotes from The Simpsons are "duh," and then like "Joe," and then Bart Simpson also says "ay carumba" a lot, which makes me laugh. Um, yeah, I also like it when Bart says Geronimo in the Simpsons movie. I think it's when the family try and escape the dome that Springfield gets put in. Um, but yeah, that was a funny moment, just hearing Bart say Geronimo, or it might have been Lisa actually. It was one of the kids, but yeah. Ah, that explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your screech. I overdid it again. By the way, I'm pretty sure Christoph, this character, is German, but for the life of me, I am not gonna attempt a German accent. Like, I can do, obviously, you guys know by now, I can do an American accent pretty well, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna attempt a German one. I know at the start of Ace Attorney trilogy, I did kind of give Franziska like a German Russian accent, but yeah. Yeah, I actually saw a few episodes of Gumball really late, because me and Fred actually watched a couple of episodes of it, like, I don't know, like 1 or 2 years ago. Um, But yeah, I never got into Adventure Time. I didn't really watch Cartoon Network though. The only main thing I watched on Cartoon Network was honestly the Scooby Doo shows, like Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated. But yeah, as you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift. Drift gotten, sir. I'm all over that drift. As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes, yes, I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney, and today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants to help him out, of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him. No way. Oh my god, it's Phoenix Wright. Whoa. Good morning. Morning. It's all up to you today. First trial, nervous. Meeting him, cardiac arrest. I can relate to that. I mean, not my heart straight up stopping when I meet a celebrity, but yeah. Oh wow, I don't think I ever heard of Cartoonima. Yeah, when I was a kid, I one channel I watched a lot when I was a kid was Tiny Pop. So Timothy Goes to School, Harry and His Bucket Full of Dinosaurs, Madeline, Franklin. Yeah, like Tiny Pop was such a good channel. I also watched. Obviously, it's Disney Junior now, but I used to watch Playhouse Disney like crazy. So Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, Handy Manny, Doc McStuffins, Sophia the First, um, Higglytown Heroes, Little Einsteins. Little Einsteins was so good. I love that show so much. Um, I also watched a lot of Dora the Explorer when I was a kid. Yeah, JoJo's Circus as well. That was another one. Yeah. I also watched a lot of Nick Jr. as a kid, so Blue's Clues, uh, Dora the Explorer, Go Diego Go, Max and Ruby, Backyardigans. Like, yeah. But yeah, I watched a bit of Barney when I was a kid as well. Yeah, I was a rather big Barney the Dinosaur fan, and it's crazy to think that two women that I love so much, their careers started on that show. Of course, I'm referring to Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato, who were kids on Barney back in the day. I never saw their episodes, but it's kind of wild to think that they they started in the business by being kids on Barney. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help. So you're fine. I'm fine. Ah, Mr. Fine, is it? Oh no. Uh, I did remember you having an odd name. Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me. Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney, and he's your friend. So why? Yeah, I never got into Rory the racing car. I remember you being into that when we were both in primary school, but yeah, it wasn't really my thing. Even though back in the day I was a big Thomas the Tank Engine fan. Yeah, I loved me a bit of Thomas and Friends in the morning before I went to school. But yeah, like the island of Sodor and the Fat Controller and Thomas and Percy and James and all the different trains. I'm just gonna mute myself whilst I clear my throat. There we go. I didn't want you. I didn't want anyone hearing me clearing my throat, especially because I had to do it quite loud there. Anyway, um, but yeah, uh, yeah. I was also into CBBS a lot as a kid, obviously. So like Koala Brothers, Big Cook, Little Cook, 64 Zoo Lane, Balamori, which I can't believe that's coming back. Like they're bringing Balamori back, and it's like, oh my god. Um, yeah. What else did I like on CBeebies? Uh, Come Outside as well. That was another one. Although, uh, like I've kind of softened a little bit on dogs now, but I'm not really a pet person still. So yeah, when I was younger, Pippin used to scare me a little bit. Whenever I watched Come Outside. It's really sad though thinking about that now because obviously uh, both Auntie Mabel and the the actress that played Auntie Mabel and the dog that played Pippin, they've both sadly passed on. So when I heard about that, that kind of felt like a little bit of my childhood had been torn away. But yeah, and Angelina Ballerina as well. I loved that one. I loved that show. Yeah. Obviously, I was a Bratz fan, obviously. So, CITV, I watched a lot of that as well because that was the channel that Bratz was on back in the day. I also literally had every Bratz movie on DVD. I was just playing one of the Bratz video games last night because, I do miss, like, Bratz isn't as popular as it once was, and I do kind of miss that. But yeah, you can do it. Be confident. I'm really sorry this happened to you. It's time, shall we? Yes, sir. Okay, I need to focus. First trial, here comes justice. Yeah, Chuckle Mission was another show. Yeah, like I didn't watch that one religiously, but I did see quite a few episodes of that. Yeah. Uh, what other shows did I watch? I was a big Tweenies fan as well, Tweenies, and I watched a lot of Lazy Town. That was another, yeah. It's so weird thinking about Lazy Town now, especially because unfortunately the guy who played Robbie Rotten in Lazy Town, he passed away a few years ago, and he was still like, it was one of those scenarios where he probably still would have had a lot of life left in him. But yeah, but yeah, uh, yeah. To meet you. Yeah, that's the quote I always think of when I think of the Chuckle Brothers. Yeah, yeah. Paul and Barry. Yeah. The court is now in session. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is, fine. I mean, ready, Your Honor. Mine going blank. Don't panic. Too late. Your name was Mr. Justice? And this is your first trial? Yes, Your Honor. But I'm fine, really. Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit strained. Ahem, Mr. Gavin? Yes, Your Honor. I was under the impression that you would be heading up this case. That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always cede to his client's wishes, and my client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Well, of course he wants justice, but to entrust his case to this greenhorn? Why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience, fine. But does he have cords of steel? Then let's begin. The defendant may enter the courtroom. Don't mind me just clearing my nose out. Because yeah, it's that time of year where like my hay fever keeps creeping back up. Um, but yeah, I remember when Barry passed away. Yeah, um, yeah, that was another kind of, oh no, like my childhood. yeah. Why is my right ear doing that? Anyway. Just gonna have another drink. Okay. This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see, Mr. Wright. Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player. Mr. Wright, how could this have happened? I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecution will be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne. But yeah, so how far Phoenix Wright has fallen. So in the Ace Attorney trilogy, Phoenix Wright was in Apollo's position. He was a rookie that was winning cases thanks to his incredible ability to bluff and turn around cases by thinking outside of the box. And now here we are in Apollo Justice, and Phoenix Wright is somehow no longer a defense attorney, and he's also he also seems to be somewhat disgraced, where he didn't really leave his lawyer days behind in like the best of fashions. Sorry, my ears are doing like a really stupid thing. There we go. Yeah, I still need to give Hit Me Hard and Soft a proper listen, but I really like I think one of my favourite songs from that album is Chihiro. I really like that song. I think I've also heard Lunch from that album as well. I think that was one of the first singles that got released for it. To think I saw you enter this room of fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leave in chains. Ah, Winston Payne, subtle as ever, I see. Ahem. The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him, wham, on the head, smack, killed him cold. A customer at the restaurant, you say? And the defendant, you say, was the pianist for the club, it seems. Phoenix Wright, a pianist? This is the weapon that took the victim's life, a bottle of grape juice. Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink of choice. The court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence. Okay, so this is the slightly new look court record. It still does the same purpose as it did in that's a pretty good top 3. I think my top 3 Billie Eilish songs are Happier Than Ever is definitely in there. I love how it starts off all soft and ballady, and then it turns into like a really heavy rock record. But yeah, Happier Than Ever. I think When the Party's Over from her first album is another one. I really love that song. And then I think my third favourite Billie Eilish song, I think it's either gonna be My Future or Your Power from Happier Than Ever. it's kind of a tie between those two. Like I love both those songs equally. Yeah, like Miley Cyrus also did a really good cover of My Future for Radio 1 Live Lounge one year. That's such a good cover. But yeah, My Future or Your Power. I really like the music video for Your Power as well, because like Billy's just in like this like canyon mountain area, and she's just like, it's a really simple video where she's just singing the song, but I love that. But yeah. And yeah, I also really like, I think What Was I Made For might be number 4 or number 5 in my Billie Eilish songs, because I remember watching the Barbie movie in cinemas, and that song almost made me cry. Like, I didn't cry, but I was like, you know, welling up emotionally. But yeah, that song is so good. Something to note, Justice. All evidence is filed in the court record. Make a practice of checking it frequently. The court record. Right, I've heard of that. Use RB to look at the evidence so far. Okay. So, we've got attorney's badge. How long did I earn for one of these? Just putting it on makes me feel ready. But yeah, this is different. So before, in the Ace Attorney trilogy, when we examined an item, it was purely 2D, whereas in this game we can actually examine items in 3D. Like, we can spin them around and rotate them and examine every nook and cranny. My top 5 songs from Happier Than Ever from Billie are probably Happier Than Ever, My Future, Your Power, Lost Cause, and Oxytocin. I really like Oxytocin and how fun that song is. Yeah. I also really like the breakdown in the middle where Billie's like, or at least whenever Billie does Oxytocin live, like in the middle part, she always tells her audience to like get down really low. Yeah, so there's a number inscribed on the back of the badge. There are many numbers like it, but this one is mine, proof that I'm an attorney. To tell the truth, I get a happy feeling inside just looking at it. Okay, so yeah, so that's a little look at the new examination. We also have Smith's autopsy report. So the victim in this case is Shady or Shady Smith. I think it is Shady. Shady Smith, the victim in the case. He is a traveller, only recently back in the country. I also really like some of Billie's older songs. So, 2 of Billie's older songs that I really like are a song called Bellyache, and a song called I Don't Wanna Be You Anymore. That's what it's called. Yeah, that song is so good. And I still need to listen to Ocean Eyes. I feel like that's the only early Billie Eilish hit I've not listened to. But yeah, I highly recommend Bellyache. I really like Bellyache. And then, yeah, No Time to Die is a really good Bond theme. Like, not only is it a really good Billie Eilish song, but it's a really good James Bond song. Like, it goes so well. Like, I've not seen the No Time to Die movie because I'm not really a James Bond fan. But yeah, I have seen enough James Bond movies to know what a good James Bond theme song should sound like. But yeah, so here is Shady Smith's autopsy report. So the time of death was around 2 a.m. April 17. Death caused by a single blow to forehead. This is the crime photo, so you can see that Shady... Oh god, pardon me. You can see that Shady is very much laid out in a chair. And the grape bottle is seen on the table. And yeah, this is the deadly grape juice bottle. Yeah, I think You Should See Me in a Crown was like one of the first Billie Eilish songs I heard. I think I did hear Bad Guy first, because obviously when that song came out it was everywhere, but I think other than that, the songs that helped get me into Billie's music are Bury a Friend and You Should See Me in a Crown. I also really like All the Good Girls Go to Hell. I really like Zanny as well, that's another Billie Eilish album song I really like. I also really like 8, which is a song where part of it's sung by Billie when she was 8 years old, and part of it's sung by Billie, you know, present Billie, like teenage Billie. So yeah, yeah, what other... But yeah, there's so many Billie Eilish songs I like. Yeah, I just think that Billie is really talented. Grape juice. How long has it been since I drank grape juice? Apparently it's Mr. Wright's favourite drink. I wonder how well it goes with borscht. Okay, the bottle is completely empty. Okay, so nothing's in the bottle. Man, I wish my nose would clear up already. It's so stuffy. Okay, right. But yeah, so Phoenix Wright is 33 years old in this game. So in the original trilogy, he is in his early 20s, I believe. But yeah. I think Happier Than Ever is my favourite album cover of Billie's. I wasn't really like, the Hit Me Hard and Soft cover is okay, but I do prefer like cover artwork of an album when it's just the artist like looking pretty. Like I don't really get the point of like an abstract album cover. Like yeah. Like yeah, just give me Billie Eilish looking pretty and I'll be happy. I'm confident in your ability to handle this. Right, just use RB. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action. So, the victim was a customer at this restaurant. But just who was this, Shady Smith fellow? We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor. A traveler? According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to his country recently, though his place of residence is unclear. And he had some sort of connection with the defendant? That too is unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Borscht Bowl Club on the night of the crime. If they had only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing? That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean. As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime. Wait a second, isn't poker gambling? That's a crime in and of itself. Yeah, she probably, I think when Billy says that she's happier than ever, I think she's being sarcastic. I think she's actually like really sad, and that's why she's crying on the front cover. But yeah. Drinking. I will say, I think my favorite hairstyle of Billy's is her green and black hair that she had during the When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go era. I actually really miss that kind of hair colour combination. Like, I really liked how cool it made Billy look. Whereas now she kind of looks more normal because she has black hair at the minute, which is like all. Indeed, it appears on our defendant. Yeah, when I first heard Happier Than Ever, I got goosebumps as well. Shawn Mendes also did a really good cover of the song for Radio 1 Live Lounge. Yeah, Shawn Mendes also crushed that song when he performed it. But yeah, so good. I love that song. I don't think I'll ever get tired of Happier Than Ever, the song. I think I'll always love it and adore it and keep listening to it. Like, whenever it comes on my Spotify, I never skip it. I always listen to it. Indeed, it appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. I wish my throat would clear itself. It's kind of like I can feel stuff catching in there. A competition? Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passion. Only the cards or backs read in blue flame know its final outcome. Come again. Yeah, I think when Billy's Carpool Karaoke came out, I think that was the turning point where I actually became a full-on fan of Billy. Like, before that, I kind of only casually listened to her songs. But then when I found out, like, I do get why she uses auto-tune, honestly, when she records her albums, because when she just sings live, like, she sounds so good. Oh my goodness. Stupid hay fever, man. Come again. The cards on the table are blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present and impress women. That will be our first order of business here, then, to find out more about this fatal game of cards. God damn it. Clear yourself, throat. Jesus. Maybe I'll just have a drink of water, see if that makes a difference. I really like Phineas as well as Billy. I really like how Phineas writes songs for other artists. Like he's written songs for Tate McRae, and I think he's written I swear he's written songs for other artists as well. Like I swear he's worked with uh, I think he's worked with Selena Gomez. I swear he's written a song or two for Selena. Um, yeah. But yeah, Phineas is such a good songwriter. I'm not really into Phineas's music as much because Phineas is more like indie, and that's not really my thing. Like kind of indie folk rock. But yeah. Yeah, that was it. He did write Lose You to Love Me. Yeah. Yeah. That's such a good song. I mean, the whole Rare album by Selena is amazing. Like, I was so happy that was the first album where people really started taking Selena's talent seriously. Because I feel like before that, everyone kind of thought, like, it's good, but it's not like Miley or Demi Lovato good. But yeah, yeah, I'll, I don't, I won't be seeing my dad on his birthday tomorrow because unfortunately, his work has him working away a lot lately. So, oh my god, stupid ear, why did you have to pop? Oh my god. Oh, there we go. If I pinch my nose, it's only because I'm trying to clear my ears out. Because something is making my ears block up and I don't know what. But yeah, my dad's working away at the minute and he won't be back until start of August, which kind of sucks because it means that any birthday celebrations I did have planned with him are gonna be put on hold a little bit. So yeah, oh, very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. Yeah, I saw Selena posted like a retrospective post, like a reflective post on Instagram where she kind of took the time to reflect on the past year of her life. Because cause cause Selena. I mean, I'd imagine when Selena celebrates her birthday on Tuesday, it'll probably be her last birthday as an unmarried woman. I'd imagine that her and Selena and Benny will probably be getting married at some point this year. So, yeah, my pleasure. This is it, my first trial. Here goes nothing. Okay, witness testimony. The competition. I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interested customers over at at the poker table. The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. You play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is, a game, and our customers are happy. Okay, just to prevent my ears from popping again, I am gonna go without headphones for a little bit. Because I don't really need to hear the game, because it's just like music. But yeah, because wearing headphones can also, like, it doesn't help the whole ear popping situation. So yeah, because clearly my hay fever is acting up at the minute, because I am suddenly quite stuffy, and yeah, so gonna go without headphones for a bit, and then when I think it's cleared off a little bit, I'll put my headphones back on. But yeah, so a pianist who can't play piano. Better than a defense attorney you can't defend. Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination. But yeah, I am really jealous of my dad that he does share the same birthday as Selena Gomez because yeah. I am very, very happy I do share my birthday, with Olivia Rodrigo because, yeah, like, Olivia is just, I think, I think now that I've seen Taylor Swift, I think the highest priority concert on my concert wish list is probably, if it's not Sabrina Carpenter, it's probably gonna be Olivia Rodrigo. Like, I know the next time Sabrina and Olivia come to the UK, I really hope Sabrina's gonna do another tour for A Man's Best Friend, because that would be like the prime opportunity for me to actually go and see her, I think. But yeah. Yeah, yeah, I know the song Phineas wrote for Tate McRae is called I Still Say Goodnight. Yeah, which is a really good song. Yeah, uh, uh, yeah, oh, he did write for Justin Bieber. I'm trying to remember which Bieber song he wrote. It might have been Anyone. I'm guessing it was either it's gotta be one of his popular singles, like recent singles. So if I had to guess, it was either Anyone or Ghost. Like those are two songs that kind of do sound like they could be written by Phineas. Because one trend I've kind of noticed with the songs that Phineas has helped written is they're all kind of ballady. They're all really quite sad. Um, so yeah, because Lose You to Love Me. It is kind of empowering, but it is also very, very sad because it is. It's basically Selena Gomez closing, closing the whole chapter that she had with with Justin Bieber. So yeah. Oh, Lonely. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I know that song. Yeah. Ooh, that's awkward that Benny Blanco features on it. Yeah, that would be a really interesting fly on the wall situation. Like if I was a fly on the wall in like Selena and Benny's house and Justin Bieber suddenly comes over and it's like Sabrina with her not Sabrina, Selena with her current fiance and most well known ex boyfriend. Like, awkward. But yeah. Right, Your Honor. My first cross examination. Don't blow it. Are you alright? You're sweating bullets. Bullets? Where? It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross examinations many times. Though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? What to do? Should I ask Mr. Gavin, for a refresher course? No. I know how to play this game by now. Yeah, one Benny Blanco song I really like is the song he did with Halsey and Khalid, East Side. I love that song. I love Halsey. I think she's a great singer. And I really like Khalid as well. I think he's really talented. Um, yeah, yeah. Uh, I know Benny produced most of the collaboration album he did with Selena as well. I Said I Love You first, so yeah. Um, I swear I know other Benny Blanco songs that he did. Yeah, Talk by Khalid is one of my favourite songs. He also recently did a song with Dove Cameron called We Go Down Together that's really, really good. Um, I also, uh, there's another Khalid song that I really like. He also did a song where, he also did a song with, so Khalid did a song with John Mayer called Out of My Head from his album Free Spirit, which is really good. Um, I also really like the song he did for the Barbie movie, which I think is called Silver Platter. Um, yeah, Khalid is such a good singer. Um, yeah. Yeah. So there's a song called Bluest Flame on Selena and Benny's album, and Charlie XCX actually helped write it, which I think is so so cool. And you can really tell that Charlie XCX worked on it because it does sound like a Charlie XCX song. Um, but yeah, and Charlie XCX recently got married as well. She actually married the drummer of the band, the 1975, which is really cool. So, yeah. I think you better do more than think. You know it or you do not. I'm fine. The courts of steel are ready for battle. My weapons press and present. Find any inconsistencies, any lies in the testimony, and reveal them to the court. That is cross examination. Learn it, know it, do it. Inconsistencies, lies, Phoenix Wright. As if Phoenix Wright would never lie, and it's up to me to prove it. What? But yeah, another one of Khalid's songs that I I've actually been a fan of Khalid pretty much since he started making music. Um, his debut song Young Dumb and Broke is really good, and there's also a mashup version that he did with one of my favorite rock bands, Imagine Dragons, um, where Sir Khalid and Imagine Dragons basically combined. So Khalid sings Dumb and Broke, and then Imagine Dragons sing Thunder, but they basically mashed them up and did like a really unique collaboration, which is really cool. But yeah. Uh, yeah, Mark Ronson did produce the whole Barbie soundtrack. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can kind of tell on some of the songs, especially like Dance the Night and Pink and I'm Just Ken. I think those three songs in particular, you can tell that Mark Ronson produced on them because when an artist works on a song, you really can kind of tell that like they kind of leave like their own mark on it, like their own blueprint, where it kind of makes it really easy to tell that they worked on a song. I'm trying to think of another really good recent example where someone worked on a song. Um, I mean, you can kind of hear it in Forget About Us by Perry, because obviously that was a demo that Ed Sheeran ended up giving to her. And yeah, you can kind of hear the Ed Sheeran esque elements of it. But yeah, so the defense may begin the cross examination. Okay, it's time to cross-examine the disgraced attorney Phoenix Wright. Well, ex-attorney. He's not even an attorney anymore. Okay, so I'm a pianist by trade, yet can hardly play at all. Let's press on that to get more information. You can hardly play. Oh, I play sometimes when customers demand it. So I play them one song. That's usually all they want. Is that supposed to be a boast just now? The title of pianist is a mask, a respectable face I wear for the world at large. Yeah, Mark Ronson does such good songs. I mean, if I had to say my favourite Mark Ronson songs, so obviously Valerie with Amy Winehouse, that's always going to be a all-time favourite of mine when it comes to Mark Ronson. Uptown Funk is another one. I really like the song he did with Miley Cyrus, Nothing Breaks Like a Heart. The song he did with Camila Cabello, Find You Again, is also really good. And then I also, I think he's done a few songs with Dua Lipa. Like, I know he did Dance the Night, obviously, but I know he's worked on other songs for Dua before, and I'm trying to remember which ones, but yeah, Mark Ronson is just so good. Another Benny Blanco produced song that I really like though is he brought out a song with Calvin Harris called I Found You, which is also really good, even if Calvin Harris isn't the best singer. I still really like the beat of the song. Then why are you really at the Borscht Ball Club? Okay, press. So we're getting more information. They pay you just to play poker? That would seem to be the case. I am a professional after all. Bah, do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hard-working member of society like me to imagine. Yes, your imagination was always a bit... Oh wow, he's just brought out a new song with Ray. Ooh, I'll have to listen to that. I really like Ray's voice. Like, Ray has such a good voice. Yeah. I have quite a few songs by Ray that I like. Like You Don't Know Me, which she did with Jax Jones. Bed, which she did with Joel Corey. Escapism, that song is really good. Cigarette, that she did with Mabel and Steph London. Yeah, Ray is just such a good. I think she was also on the Kiss Me Girl Power remix with Anne-Marie and Little Mix, if I remember rightly, and Becky Hill. I thought he worked on Electricity. Yeah, Electricity is such a good song. Yeah. Yeah, I think Oscar Winning Tears is like the breakout song for Ray. I think that's the song where people really started noticing how talented she is. Yeah, because every artist kind of has that one song that does particularly well. Yes, your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston. Well, what? I've played poker for 7 years in that little room. And I've never lost once. What? You see why the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw. Wait, you've never lost once? Not even one time? As I said, I'm a professional. He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once? Is that even possible? Okay, so press. The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction. Yeah, I'll have to check that song out as well, because I love, like, Stormzy is so good at collaborations. Like, whenever he collabs with somebody, I like instantly love it. Like, whether it's Blinded by Your Grace with MNEK, or Take Me Back to London with Ed Sheeran, or Power with Little Mix, or trying to think of other Stormzy collaborations. But yeah, Stormzy is just like, he's such a good rapper, and he can also sing as well. Like, he's one of those rare rappers where he can kind of do both. Like, he can rap and sing. Yeah, Blinded by Your Grace with MNEK, I totally agree with that. It is a masterpiece. Especially the part where like the choir comes in and like the chorus really builds up. It's so good. MNEK is another really good music producer. Like, he has worked on so many good songs. It has quite a history, actually. The Borscht Club used to be a gathering spot for black market. Yeah, MNEK has done so many good collabs. Like, I remember when he brought out Never Forget You with Zara Larsson, Head and Heart with Joel Corey is another one. Yeah, I know he's written songs for like Sam Smith and other people like that before. So yeah, he is just, yeah, he's so talented. The Borscht Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. But black market, all in the past. Things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice it to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table, right there in that room. A smoky room, gambling hoods, you know. Just looking at this picture makes me feel bad. The bosses gather around the table, cutting deals safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watch through the small window. I can practically picture it now. Yeah. MNEK has done a lot of songs for Little Mix. Yeah. It'd be kind of, it would be really cool, like, if Little Mix do get back together, if they did do a collaboration with MNEK, like an actual song with him, because I think that would be so good. I mean, if they can do a song with Camille that sounds really good, yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm sure he worked on songs for Mabel's first album as well, High Expectations. But yeah, he's such a good songwriter. I can practically picture it now. That window does look like it would be good for keeping a lookout, but little else. The room had a few other tricks to it, though it was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. Okay, right, I'm just gonna look at the evidence. So, I only see one deck in there, but then it could be that both cards are in the same pile, so that's not necessarily a contradiction. I'll press. 2 decks of cards, a simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. There's something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lying scattered on the floor. Yeah, that's a good selection of Mabel songs. I think mine are, if I had to do a top 5, so top 5 Mabel songs in no particular order. So Let Them Know, Don't Call Me Up, Selfish Love, which is a song she did with Camille from High Expectations, Mad Love, and there's another song from High Expectations that I'm trying to, yeah. I also really like Ring Ring, which Mabel did with Jax Jones. That's a really good song. And yeah, I'm also a big fan of Doja Cat. Yeah, I can never listen to Doja enough, honestly. Like, I never get tired of her songs, like whether it's Attention or Streets or Paint Town Red or Say So or Like That, or You Right or I Don't Do Drugs, which is the song she did with Ariana, or Kiss Me More with SZA. That's such a good song. But yeah. Yeah, I do love Doja Cat. That's one thing I want to do in my concerts eventually. I do want to see more like rappers live, because I feel like I've seen plenty of singers live now that I would want to mix it up a bit and maybe go see some rappers. So like Stormzy or Post Malone or Doja Cat or Nicki Minaj. I don't know. But yeah. I know Post Malone is very high up on my list. I can never have enough Post Malone. I love Post Malone. But yeah. Precisely. Cards on the table, cards upon the floor. Each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. Yeah, Need to Know is another good song. I also really like Woman by Doja Cat as well. That's such a good song. Yeah. And it's funny because one of my best friends from college actually got me into Doja Cat. I didn't really get into Doja myself because during COVID, I used to do these like video calls with my friends to, keep in touch and not be so lonely and isolated. And during those calls, we'd like share the screen. So we just end up watching YouTube videos, and one of my friends would very often put Doja Cat music videos on. So yeah, I kind of have one of my best friends to thank for that. So yeah, from college and uni. So yeah. Incidentally, we used 2 types of cards at the club. One deck of cards was red, the other blue. As I recall, in poker you make 5-card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat. But yeah. But yeah, I'm also really jealous of everyone in Los Angeles, because I know Blackpink have just finished playing at SoFi Stadium, I think it was, and Bruno Mars came out, and him and Rosé got to perform at Blackpink's show. So I'm like, what I wouldn't do to be in Los Angeles right now, or whenever that show was. My nose is itchy. This competition you're talking about, I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently. That's right. It was a simple game after all. Are you sure? Huh? People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Yeah, Like That is catchy. Yeah. Especially the chorus. But yeah. I like both versions of Say So too, because obviously there's the There's the solo version of Say So, but there's also the Nicki Minaj remix, which is also really good. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment that the crime occurred, yet you claim no connection to the crime. Now that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense. I completely let that one slip by. Don't despair yet, Justice. Sir. Right? There's something I'd like made clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand. And I'd like to hear it from you. My first impression of Doja Cat when I heard her was, where has this female rapper been all my life? And singer, I was kind of like, oh. And I was also, I kind of had a similar reaction to Doja that I had to Chappelle Roan as well, because with both of those artists, when I first heard their songs, I was like, who is this? I have clearly been like sleeping on their music, like, you know, not paying attention to them when I should be. Like, yeah, that's what I mean when I say sleeping. But yeah, so sure, why not? Very well, the defendant will amend his testimony. Just one little press, and I've got myself a whole new testimony. Okay, press. So silence. The defendant has the right to refuse to testify. I haven't forgotten everything about the law. But why? That clearly puts you at a disadvantage. And it's your job to turn that around in our favor, yes? Great, like I didn't have enough to do already. Justice, didn't you detect anything odd about that testimony? Huh? Wait, something you said did ring a little strangely. Just one thing. Now what was it? When you figure it out, I suggest presenting evidence. Evidence that contradicts the testimony. Contradiction in Mr. Wright's testimony? But why? I better check the court record. I can't imagine Mr. Wright lying in the testimony. Isn't it a little early to be jumping to conclusions? This is your first cross-examination. Take it slow. If you need more information, don't forget to press. All right, I got it. I'm fine. Okay, yeah, like, I mean, you're not really a fan though, unless you know, like, enough about the person or about the music that they perform. Like, I feel like it's weird to call someone a fan if they've only listened to, like, one song by the person. Like, a fan should have listened to, like, all of their albums or enough of their albums to get a feel for what that artist is like musically. I think I know the problem. Nope, never mind. Okay. Never touch the murder weapon. Can we contradict that? Oh wait! Yeah, we can. There we go. So you say we didn't touch the murder weapon, this grape juice bottle, right? So I said. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? Hehehe. Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb. What's this, Mr. Payne? I examined the bottle in question, you see, and it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints. Objection! No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine. Ahaha. Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears. End our case. But what about my cores of steel? Anyway, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant? Well, that's true. The prints alone don't prove he did it. Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints. Huh? But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down. Upside down? What does that mean? It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there can only be one reason for that. Yes. To brain someone with the bottle. Ow! Mr. Gavin, I think things just took a turn for the worse. Oh, I see no problem, Justice. Huh? The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything. You'll see. Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on the bottle to the court? I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now. Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case. I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason. Yeah, it's like how I got into Miles Smith through watching his performance in the Brits. Like, if I didn't watch the Brits, I'd probably still be like oblivious to Miles Smith and how talented he is. But because I watched the Brits, I now know how talented he is, and now I listen to his two songs. Well, his two biggest songs. Stargazing and Nice to Meet You quite often. So and Lola Young is another one that I got into because I saw her song Messy was becoming like really popular. So yeah, but yeah, I really like Messy. I think that's such a good song. I still need to listen to One Thing, which I know is Lola's new single. But yeah, Lola Young is so talented. I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason. Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. And what might that be, Mr. Gavin? On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police? Reported? Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright. But still, that... Really? Yes, well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone. Near the scene? Let's take a look at a diagram of the murder scene, shall we? The victim was murdered in a small room in a basement 2 floors down from ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above ground. Yeah, I feel like Dua Lipa's popularity reached a whole new level during COVID because, like, Future Nostalgia really was the album that everyone needed. and it like came out at like the perfect time when a lot of people's mental health and like emotional health was suffering due to COVID. So yeah, when Future Nostalgia, the album, came out, I think that helped a lot of people, especially because it was very dance pop, like very get up on your feet and dance kind of thing. So yeah, I know it definitely helped me a lot as well, just like, you know, because it gave me something to listen to and something that I could just like dance along to and forget about the fact that the world was in lockdown at that time. So yeah. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant. I see, and this is the phone that made the call. Right, cell phone added to the court record. Okay. Yeah, I totally agree with that. But yeah, Future Nostalgia was such a good album. And I'd even go as far to say as it's the album that kind of defined like still having fun and being happy throughout COVID. Because I know a lot of artists, they brought out songs about COVID during COVID. Like yeah, like rock bands in particular certainly use COVID to like bring out like screamer or metal or like really hard songs that just like rock out and, you know, like fight against COVID, which was really cool. But yeah, I think another one of my favorite songs that came out of COVID um, is by one of my favorite rock bands called Bring Me the Horizon. And they brought out a really good song about COVID called Parasite Eve. But yeah, it's such a good song. Um, yeah, yeah. It. I kind of look back on the Confetti album and era with a little bit of awkwardness now, because that was like the time where Jessie realised that she probably didn't want to be in Little Mix anymore. Like, I remember I remember her talking after she left Little Mix, and I think she said like the Sweet Melody music video filming that was like the breaking point where she realised that she couldn't be in the band anymore. So yeah, I kind of look back on that album with a little bit of awkwardness now, which is a shame because the album itself is really good, but yeah, it's just awkward. Um, yeah, I'm trying to remember what other albums came out during COVID. Like, I feel like Future Nostalgia was like the only main one I really remember and listened to. Pardon me. There we go. Just clearing my chest up. Um, but yeah. The defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if he so chose, yet he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he is being uncooperative? Irk. Nice save, Mr. Gavin. I'd better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client. Oh no. Finally! I felt like that sneeze was building up forever. Ugh. Anyway, I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being. Toyed? I assure you, no one is more serious about, what was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment the crime occurred. How can you possibly know this? That's a good question. How indeed? The answer is simple, Your Honor. prosecution has a decisive witness. Hee hee hee. You're as good as they say you are. So someone else was in the room the night of the crime? That must mean they witnessed the crime. Everything up until now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? Very well. The prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. The witness will state her name and profession. Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness? I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns. So I used a little hair gel. Relax, people. Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off. Oh yeah, Plastic Hearts did come out in 2020. Yeah. Plastic Hearts was such a good album by Miley. I thought like the old school rock sound really suited her. Yeah. Yeah, I think if I had to say my top 5 songs from Plastic Hearts, I'd probably have to go Plastic Hearts, Bad Karma with Joan Jett, Midnight Sky, WTF Do I Know, so what the bleep do I know, and Angels Like You probably. Yeah. At least I think Angels Like You was on that album. Or that might be from Attention, but oh well. Still a good song. I swear it on my gavel, please come out. Isn't violence against her a crime, Your Honor? Well, if you are sure it is okay. But I also remember when Love Goes by Sam Smith came out, because I think that album came out either very close to Mother's Day or very close to oh yeah, Rare and Manic did come out during 2020, because I remember when lockdown first lifted, and I think one of the first things I went to go do was I went into town and went to HMV, and I got Rare and Manic on CD, because I am a big fan of both Selena and Halsey. I think they are really, really good singers. But yeah. And then After Hours by The Weeknd is such a good album. I mean, yeah, you've got Blinding Lights, you've got Save Your Tears, you've got Heartless, you've got, yeah, there's so many good songs. Yeah. I think, yeah, I got the deluxe version of After Hours on Spotify as well, so I got like the 2 or 3 extra songs that The Weeknd did. But yeah, Until I Bleed Out from the deluxe version of After Hours is such a good song. Oh yeah, Taylor Swift's Folklore and Evermore era during COVID. I feel like, yeah, other than Future Nostalgia, I think that like those 2 albums also very much defined like the COVID era in terms of music, especially Folklore, because I think Taylor Swift dropped that album as a complete surprise. Like, no one knew she was making new music, and then all of a sudden she's like, my album's coming out tonight, and it's like, whoa. But yeah, I think 2 of my favourite songs across those albums, like both of the collaborations that Taylor did with Bon Iver, or Bon Iver, which are a band. Yeah, so there's Exile on Folklore, and then I think the title track Evermore is the one with Bon Iver. But yeah, Uh, but yeah, another one of my favourite songs from Folklore is Nobody No Crime, which Taylor Swift did with Haim, which are a really good band of sisters that have done quite a few good songs. But yeah, I actually got to hear Nobody No Crime live when I went to the Eras tour as one of the surprise songs. But yeah, that was so good. But yeah, because yeah, I think the surprise song mashups when I went to the Eras tour, uh, so there was Nobody No Crime and Carolina. So Carolina is a song that Taylor did for When the Crawdads Sing, which is a movie. And then she also did Red combined with the manuscript from Tortured Poets Department. So yeah, that was a fun little mashup. And it was funny because Taylor called the surprise songs at the concert I went to like the murder mashups. In particular, she called the mashup of Nobody No Crime and Carolina like the murder mashup because Nobody No Crime is literally like a murder mystery but in a song. Yeah, which is one of the reasons why I love it so much. When the prosecution came to explain the witnesses' paraphernalia, yes, she is a professional, Your Honour. Those are merely the tools of her trade. And that would be, my name is Olga Orly. I'm employed as a waitress in Borscht Boat Club restaurant. Again, I would attempt a Russian accent, but yeah, I feel like the only accent I'm really good at is American, like other than my own accent, obviously. But yeah, so then why the camera? Of course, it is my pride to serve borscht than its naming restaurant, but I also perform how it is said other service. I take it one of those other services is taking customers' pictures. Da, like for example this one. That's the defendant? Indeed, on the night of the murder. Man in white hat is one who was gone kaput. Indeed, that is the victim. Order. This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps. In the same way as I drop cold bowls of borscht on laps of customers casually. Then the court will casually accept this new evidence. Okay. Olga's photo of Phoenix and Mr. Smith at the Borscht Boat Club is in the court record. Now witness, where were you at the time of the murder? I was in room, the hideout we call it. Excuse me, the hideout? It is room where famous gangster Bad Guy was arrested. It is room where murder took place. What? Your look of utter surprise and is lovely. I will post my courtroom door later for you. Photos will be numbered and you will write which ones you want copy of. So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orly, our witness. And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means... Very well, witness. You will testify to the court about that night's events. But yeah, another song that I really like I really like from Evermore is, at least I think it was from Evermore, not Folklore, but I really like Champagne Problems. That song is also really good. I also really like Betty from Folklore. That's a really good song. And also Willow as well. That's such a good song. And yeah, I do think the Folklore and Evermore set was one of my favourites from when I went to see Taylor's Eras tour live. Like seeing the house in person and like the background with like the trees with no branches. It was really really kind of mystical and magical. That fateful night. That night, customer asked me to deal cards for a game. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on locket in his neck. Then last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. That man flew at victim and is strangling him to death. Yeah, it's really funny because a lot of Swifties like to play August when it turns August. So since August has come out, like whenever, they'll probably do it this year as well, but whenever it turns August 1st, Swifties usually listen to August to celebrate. Which is funny because I don't think, even though the song's called August, I don't think Taylor actually mentions the month in the song. But yeah, August is such a good song. That man flew at victim and is strangling him to death. Okay, that's the end of the testimony. Incidentally, who won the game? Isn't it obvious the winner was the victim, Mr. Smith? That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Wright can't lose. Ahem, Justice. Maybe you can come up with a more legit objection. But he hadn't lost in 7 years. Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as prosecutor either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here. These are the poker chips, excuse me, as they lay at the very moment of the crime. The hand and chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith. Chips, you say? I mean yes. Imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army and the chips are the spoils. I know that. After all, in my youth I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3. I think he means poker face. Looking at this picture, it does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table. Okay, chips photo added to the court record, so it shows the defendant and victim's chips when the crime took place. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Okay. Okay, press. Get more information. You are dealing cards. Do you do this often? I am doing this. If customer wishes it, I serve anything. Borscht, cards, more borscht. It is my work. It's good to hear of a place that hasn't forgotten the meaning of service. Welcome you to Borscht Bowl Club, where borscht is as warm as the waitresses. Thank you for not handing out flyers during the cross-examination. Press. It's already April. How can it be cold? At Borscht Bowl Club, we have pride on authentic rustic Russian restaurant theme. Outside it is city in spring, but inside it is always as cold as Mother Russia. No way am I going there. When it comes to hot borscht, cold is best seasoning, Press. His locket. I believe it was good luck charm, He gripped it many times as he played that night. Yes, he must have felt as though it might carry him to the moon and the stars, though if it were small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much lift. The defense would like a clarification. This is a locket we're talking about? I mean a pendant with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket? Of course, I knew that. It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why she called it that. No, a locket's a locket. It doesn't matter what shape it is. It's considered bad form to poke fun at the hard of hearing in our society. Hard of hearing or hard of understanding? Yeah, the judge is a bit dumb. So, what happened next? press. Something terrible? Eek! The defense will refrain from needless shouting. Sorry, I need to seriously reconsider this vocal training thing. Now, Miss Orley, can you tell us what happened? Oh, I was so frightened. I trembled with fear. Okay, I think I know what's wrong here. Okay. Yeah, because the victim didn't get strangled, he got hit on the head with a bottle. Oh really? Strangled, you say? That's odd. Normal customers only choke on borscht. No, I mean this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head. Ack! Miss Orley, really now? Did you witness the crime? Eek! Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything. Yet, it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor. Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation. Well, that's quite shocking, isn't it? This head certainly was hit. Okay, a new crime photo? But I have seen it happen. The defendant, he lunged at victim, his neck. Oh really, Miss Orley? I think I caught you in your own lie this time. Justice, I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more. Well, what do you mean? I found a contradiction. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me. Very well, it seems we should continue the cross-examination. There's such a thing as thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too. Okay, Okay, sub-basement at Bosch Bowl Club, last hand was done, yeah, I don't think the last hand was done, because otherwise, if it was done, then Shady, Mr. Smith's cards would have been all turned over. Am I wrong? No! Okay. Oh. Okay, after the defendant tried to strangle victim, he hit him with bottle. So she changed the statement. After defendant. Yeah, so. Really? Oh my god. Yeah. My brain is not working. Okay. There were only 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga. So yeah, we need to prove that Olga did it. I think. Okay, so. To Apollo. doopy doo, doopy doopy doo, doopy doopy doo. Okay. So I had the right photo, I just had the wrong statement. Okay. Yeah, I just checked the answer. Yeah, yeah, so if we look at the crime photo again, he's not wearing the locket in the photo. So, yeah, there we go. You know, there was one curious part in their testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about? Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on locket in his neck, I believe she said. I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar. No, but look at this photograph. Oh no, not again. We're doing the Nickelback, the secret Nickelback references. Look at this photograph. Oh no. You see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this. But what does it mean? If we are to believe this witness's testimony as is, then the locket disappeared following the victim's death. Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off, no? Taken it off? Wait, you don't mean the defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off its locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Ah, Irk. The defendant, what do you have to say to this? Why is he smiling? Say, yes. I just noticed this, but you have something hanging around your neck, don't you? Oh, you mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. Come again? Wait, Phoenix Wright as a kid? Mr. Wright, you have a daughter? We confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter. So Mr. Wright has a locket too? Why don't I buy that this is just a coincidence? Well now, if the results of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game. Further testimony won't really be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost badly. Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and defendant. Ta-da! Okay, another witness testimony, serious competition. The game began with 3,500 point-in chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one who was winning, it was victim. For last hand, defendant played with all chips on the table and lose. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from the table and... Indeed, looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game. As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow. Ah, how many times have I heard these words? I done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor, and now I regret what I done. A common tale, but true. Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. Okay, more cross-examination. Okay, so house chips come in two sizes, small and large. So I think I remember what I need to present here. Where's the chips photo? So yeah, so that's not a contradiction. There is two small and large chips. So yeah. The one who was winning, it was victim. I think that's a statement that's wrong. I think Phoenix was the one who was winning. I just need to Remember how I prove it? I swear the trick is something like, oh no, the small chips are actually worth more than the large chips. I'm just gonna check there. I know. Yeah, itchy. Okay. Okay. Yeah, never mind, I'm jumping to conclusions. Okay, so, yeah, let's ask for more information about the chips. And the chips in this photo, all the chips that were used? Da, of course. Huh? Something's fishy with these chips. Should I press order? Yeah, let's do that. Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips. Explain? What is there to be explained? Poker chips are poker chips. They're not fishing chips. Not a chip off the old block. Not a motorcycle cop. Not a... Thanks. Now that I've pressed her, I better ask something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars or rubles even? Yes, as I have been saying before, it was game, not gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalists to understand. Two types of chip. 100-point chip and 1,000-point chip. It is not money, duh. Just this. Sir, don't you find her comment interesting? In more ways than one, sir. I'd have it added to her testimony myself. Well, does the defense want the witness to add to her testimony? Yep, let's do it. Yes, I do think this deserves further testimony. Added to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this. Very well, witness, if you would be so kind. To die, Your Honor. One kind of chip is worth 100 points, other kind is worth 1,000, two kinds in all, so, yeah. Is this where I'm presenting the chip photo? Yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, I think the 100-point chip is the large chip, and the 1,000 chip is the small chip in the photo I'm about to present. So like the small circle. So yeah, let's present. You're sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure. It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won, if you're not in kindergarten. Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points? Why, the big ones, of course, duh. Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up. The totals? Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chips, and the combined total value of the chips was 7,000 points. Yes, if my calculations are correct. Let's see, 3 plus 1, carry the 5. They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. If the big chips are worth 1,000 points and the small chips are worth 100, and you add them up, how much is it? Do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? 10,600 points. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony. But why? How could this be? Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Right, there's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Okay. Okay, so this is a trick answer because both were right. Each man began the game with 3,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in the photograph, then there can only be one answer. Well, what is it? The value of the chips was the other way around. What? Want to know what I think? The small chips were, yeah, so I was right. I am remembering correctly. Not the big ones. Madness, utter madness. Show me that photograph of the chips again. There are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. Why, that does make 7,000 points when you add them up. Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it. But wait, the value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing. Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips still. Ah. Sorry, someone just rang me. I don't even know who it was. It was probably a spam caller. Also, that was my bad because I didn't put my phone on Do Not Disturb. But yeah, there we go. Okay, so, exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table. Ow. The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 points and the defendant had 4,100 points. Well now, it seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all. I am just going to check and doubly make sure that that number was unknown. Yeah, okay, yeah, my phone marked it as spam. It's really clever nowadays that phones do that. Yeah, so it wasn't anything important. That's good to know. Okay, so it seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all. That's impossible. My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning. Yar! Now, Miss Orley, you must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime, weren't you? Ah, eek! Order, order! It appears our defendant has lost his motive, and Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust the witness's testimony. Hold it. Excuse me, what is it, Miss Orley? I did not want to be saying this, but actually, you see, see what, Miss Orley? What do we see? In the last hand, there was cheat. Someone cheated. A cheat? You don't mean a trick? Wait, or do you mean a scam? They're all the same thing. Yes, there was cheating last hand. That is why game ends for chips as they are. Great, just great. First we have lying, now cheating. What's next? Stealing? Well, yeah, technically we already do have stealing as well because Phoenix took that guy's locket. Or at least that's what Olga Orley claims anyway. Well, this case certainly has taken a turn for the interesting. Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. Okay, so I am going to have a little bit of a food break before I start the next testimony. I shouldn't be too long. Yeah, I'll probably go on BRB for a little bit whilst I eat it, just because I imagine that you guys don't want to just like see me eating my food, because I can't really talk whilst I'm eating either. But yeah, I'll be back in like 5 minutes tops, I would say. But yeah, see you soon. Okay, I am back, guys. Thank you for accommodating. Thank you for your patience whilst I had that little snack break. Okay, now let's do more testimony. Last hand, both men had full house. There is 4 of each card in deck, from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, game becomes argument. The defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smith. Miss Orley, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I smelled a cover up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers. A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience. That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics. Mr. Gavin, what's a full house? Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker? I can't say this bodes well for your case or career. What is this, some kind of secret court poker ring? Justice, you know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. 2 cards with the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes a 3 of a kind. Good, now picture a hand with 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. That's a full house. That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it? You can see each player's hand in this photo. Wow, they both have full houses. We forget there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat. Ahem. The defense may cross-examine the witness. If he did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? Okay, the last hand both men at full house. There was 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. Okay. Just gonna look at the chip photo. So, yeah, they both had aces. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, game becomes argument. The defendant's trick was exposed. Okay, I'm trying to see what's so obvious about the cheat, but I mean, one of the cards has something written on it, although I don't know whether that has anything to do with it. Yeah, just because my penalty bar's getting a bit low, I'm just gonna refer to my expert guide again. Okay. Okay, I need more information. Of course I do. Okay, so 4 of each card, you say? There is 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 heart, and 1 club for each card. It is interesting fact that this number 4 comes from the number of seasons. Huh, you don't say. And did you know that the cards are numbered 1 to 13? And all the cards in a deck and you get 364 a year. Yeah, that is 1 day short. George. That's why each deck has 2 jokers. They say the second joker stands for the leap year. Thus you have a perfect representation of the year, all in a deck of cards. Huh, you don't say. We're going to be in this courtroom for a year if it keeps going like this. Okay, press. How was it clear? Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace. A 5th ace? I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. And Mr. Wright's 2. Obviously, cheating was afoot. Or perhaps I should say a hand, Your Honor. Perhaps this can be added to the testimony without Mr. Payne's joke. Very well, the witness will add this detail to her testimony, please. Okay, let's present the chips photo. It appears the witness is mistaken. Mistaken? But my name? Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony. That's the photo of the chips, is it not? Justice, perhaps you want to explain your point in a way the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point. Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. What particular point contradicts the witness's testimony? Is it the card on the floor? There's a card on the floor that looks conspicuous. Just gonna check that because I don't wanna. Oh no, okay. Present the victim's hand. The one. Oh, okay. So, yeah, let's present the victim's hand. Miss Orley, in your testimony you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces. Eek! Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question. Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's this 5th ace? I see cheating alright, and it's going on right here in the courtroom. 2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating. Wait, please! It is true! I have seen it! The 5th ace! There was cheating, I swear to you! That's odd. She must be lying, yet she's the most sincere I've seen her all day. You're right to trust your instincts. Mr. Gavin? Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. What might that be, Mr. Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards. The cards? Mr. Payne. Yes. The players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court. Very well, the prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine, the victim's cards or the defendant's cards? If these cards don't prove cheating was going on, nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious? Probably the victim's. Yeah. So yeah, let's view the victim's hand. It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards. Very well, Mr. Payne, if you would. Very well. Received evidence, victim's hand. Well, time's a-wasting. Get to it, Justice. Yes, sir. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using right stick to turn it every which way, and Y and X to zoom in and out. That should give you a better perspective on the case. Okay, let's do this. Oh, there's a blue card! What? Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards. The back is a different color. Eh? Eh? That's impossible. But I put that card in Wright's hand. Ack. What was that, Miss Orley? No, yes, I merely said, da, I have, eek. Your Honor. Mr. Gavin, yes? Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker? To cheat? I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we say. The dealer. Ah. Wait, so you mean this witness, Miss Orley? She's a cheater. A professional, I'd wager. Yeah. Order. Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. Of her mistake. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard. That's impossible, but I put that card in Wright's hand. Ergo, Miss Olga Orley conspired to cheat not only with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Oh, not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. What? Wait, you don't mean the defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley, are you? Time for justice. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident, and if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder. I could have turned that I am a bit better, but the way it made it seem was like it was a continuation of that last thought, but it wasn't. Eek! Mr. Payne, where is your witness, Miss Olga Orley? It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor. Mr. Justice, Your Honor, it seems you presented a new possibility to the court, while suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith. And that means this court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time. Nick, what? I did it. I held out. I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries. Hold it. Mr. Wright, you can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. What nonsense is the defendant spewing now? Think, one of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means? Well, what are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous. Mr. Payne, you of all people should know. Mr. Wright is a talent for the ridiculous. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. As was said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards that night. That was said before. The 2 decks at the club have different colored backs, blue and red, 1 color per deck. Why use different colored backs? If we use the same color, the 2 decks might get mixed. You used different colors and they still got mixed up. We used the red deck for the last game. I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue cards. Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards. Whatever, in the end, 1 card of the wrong color got into the mix, which means there was cheating. Yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo? Yes? Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think, in the last game, when was the card swapped? When? There are 3 broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder. Well, yeah, thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped. Oh, it might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne, or it might not be. Nick, I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? When was the card swapped into the deck? I think it was after the murder, but I'm gonna check. Yes, it was. Okay. Yay! Because it would make the most sense. Like, before the murder, Shady would have noticed that his card got switched. During the murder wouldn't make sense because the killer would have been too busy killing the victim. So yeah, after the murder is the most logical solution. Perhaps it happened after the murder. Well, what's that? Ridiculous. What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly. Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible. Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible. Oh, even when the backs of the cards are a different color? If you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time. Ah, quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown, after the murder. Okay, this is going past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that? Who indeed? That's one of the mysteries before us. There's another? Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card? Who? The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room, alive that is. The defendant Phoenix Wright and our witness Olga Orley. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for a blue? I think it's someone else. I think there was another person in the room. Yep. There we go, let's do it. The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga either. What are you suggesting? That's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As a defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orley at this point. Yes, I know. But she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong color card. And if the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Heh, 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 heh. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun all this is. Fun? How about confusing? I've no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, and it wasn't Miss Orley, then who was it? Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it? Precisely. Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. A new direction? We'll find that, indeed, after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand, and that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us that the first was swapping the wrong color card, because the one who did the swap didn't know two colors of cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right, the person replaced the fifth ace with a king. I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a fifth ace after all. All they knew was that the game had been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in. But there's one problem. According to our case record, the person doesn't exist. True, not until now, but you have to omit the possibility of a fourth person. Though it's more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime. What? I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright. This trial is proceeded on one central assumption, namely that at the time of the incident there were only 3 people in that room. I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption. The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court. I suppose that is a problem, yes. Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during the recess. Certainly, Your Honor. Very well, the trial will resume in 20 minutes. Okay, recess time. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Well now, I think you would know the answer to that. Ah, being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I've no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Christoph. Justice? Yes, sir. Pardon me. The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear. Is that really yours, Mr. Wright? Ah, you're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket? Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. Aw, Phoenix's daughter is so cute. I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago, what I did. It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. I never, honest, but it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Wanna know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. Eh? You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like trial law. Figure out what your opponent is thinking and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Huh? Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding. That witness, for instance, Miss Orley, she would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? No. Come on, who noticed that? Words, habits, twitches, it's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me and now I pass the secret on to you. But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals. No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? But you will, soon. Ah, almost forgot. One more thing about this case. You should know I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. What? I knew it. I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. My, power? I had no idea my cords of steel were that special. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. Okay, and that is the end of the first part of the first trial. So we're gonna save. I'm gonna make a new save. There we go. But yeah, let's continue on to the next chapter. Court will now reconvene. Has our witness, Miss Olga Orley, recovered? Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness. Perhaps we can hear our version of the events again? That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued. You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand. Very well, then the witness will take the stand. Perhaps you can repeat your name and profession? Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poor loser? Not. Oh wow. Sudden transformation. Name's Olga Orley. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quickfingers Orly. Oh really? Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian. My last name sounds like oh really. There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see? Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences. Fine. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game, and as a waitress. So you were in cahoots with the victim. Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles, but winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap was snapped shut. You swapped the cards. Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it, it would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Indeed, getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on all his prior wins. A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. Oh really, Orly? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake. A mistake? I agree, the trap was elegant. Yet what happened to that planted card? Hey, that's right. He's lucky. I'll give him that. You'd have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers. Oh, really? There we go. Oh, really? The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick. Cute? Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute. I'm bad. You hear me? Bad. When you're through being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. Okay, the best laid traps. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to, and Wright lost the last hand just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him, but the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith, it was that no-good cheating defendant. A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark. The trap was perfect, I tell you. Perfect. If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Look who's talking. Well, the testimony, for what it's worth, is all yours, Mr. Justice. With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors? Okay, here we go. Cross-examination. Okay. Okay, let's get more information. This planted card, which card was it exactly? The trump card, the 5 of hearts. Let me guess, Mr. Wright was to have switched the 5 with the ace to make a full house. At least that's what you were going to accuse him of doing, therefore ruining his legend. I slid it into Wright's pocket. When was this? Why, before the match, of course. Molly was eating. At the Borscht Bowl Club, we served borscht and suckers. Remind me never to go there. Of course, the card was to make its grand debut during the game. Like a good borscht, a good plot must be cooked up early and allowed to thicken. Okay, press. So, everything went according to plan. Exactly. The 5th ace came up, so it's obvious the switch went off without a hitch. Once the extra card was found in his pocket, Wright would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud. There are worse things to be known as, I suppose. Tell us what happened with the search. Okay, press. The card disappeared. Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. Gone, without a trace. Poof, Zippo. We searched every nook and cranny, even inside his cute little hat. But the card was nowhere to be found, is this correct? Never in my long storied career, never has Quickfinger's O'Reilly been so readily dumped. Oh really? So what did happen to that 5 of hearts? Don't look at me. Why don't you ask that cheating, lying, two-faced defendant? So the 5 of hearts is still missing in action. Press. Wait, isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly and found nothing, which means he didn't cheat, which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well, what was that just now? I sensed something. Something wrong, Mr. Justice? No, nothing, Your Honor. What to do? Should I press her a little harder? Miss Orley, you're hiding something. Well, what are you talking about? You? Me? Quickfinger's O'Reilly? To hide something? The defense will refrain from baseless accusations. I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. I did see it, honest. I saw it when Wright hit him. With my own eyes I saw it. What's this weird vibe I'm getting? That witness, for instance, Miss O'Reilly, she would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? Touching her neck, was it? Whoa, what's going on? This sensation is coming into focus. There, that twitch, it's so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit like I couldn't before. Gotcha! And that was the first use of a new mechanic that gets introduced in this game, because turns out Phoenix was using the word power literally earlier with Apollo, because yeah, it turns out Apollo's got some weird power that helps him in the courtroom. Miss O'Reilly, perhaps you were aware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it. A memory? Does someone care to explain what he's babbling about? This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us? Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So what would remind her most of the moment of the crime? Miss O'Reilly? Whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an inerasable impression on your neck is this. Yeah, the deadly bottle. Maybe think about it literally. Yeah, so I think Olga got hit with the deadly bottle. Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon? But something doesn't fit. If you were only the witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? What's he talking about now? It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit, not you. This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. The witness's habits, they're completely irrelevant. Justice, I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later, just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Miss O'Reilly, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime, the very moment. Yes, I'm knowing nothing. She slipped back into her old persona again. We know you're not Russian. The witness will testify, please, now. Ah, fine. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight until the cops got there. Okay, can we prove that? Wow, the battery is being held in with a piece of tape. He should just buy a new one. Maybe he can't afford it, or he just doesn't care. I mean, yeah, the only piece of evidence we haven't presented yet is a cell phone, but I'm just wondering. I was right. I do present the cell phone. Oops. Yeah. Good thing I checked. Miss O'Reilly, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. Eh? And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. Ack. So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. Eek. The man who picked up a bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant. Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to right, and he hit me. So it was Smith that used the bottle, not Wright. Interesting. When I came to, the victim was already dead, is that it? That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure. Well, where does this leave us? Madness. This is madness. I'm dreaming. It must have been me who was hit with a bottle, and I'm imagining all this. It appears our prosecution is at its wit's end, and frankly I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events? Mr. Gavin, sir? I believe that as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss Orley a big fat liar. Or Miss O'Reilly a big fat liar. What? 3 were in that room the night of the murder. The defendant, victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled, the witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith, and the denouement of that argument was murder. What? I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me. Hehehe. What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tangled we catch ourselves in the process. Mr. Wright? Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christopher Gavin. What are you saying? What? Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder. Right, like Mr. Wright was saying before recess. A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder, and the one who swapped the card didn't know 2 colors of cards were being used. A 4th person. Ha! This theory again. Your 4th person doesn't exist. Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. The real criminal? And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less. Well, what? Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about? Sorry. Remember what I said? The 4th person who swapped the cards made one critical error. He or she wasn't considering the color on the backs of the cards. Right, but how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red, yet there is one person here in our court who thought those cards were blue. Yeah, I had that impression too, but why? Well, Apollo, think he can figure out who it was? It's not me, I swear. Who is this 4th person? Why do I always get put on the spot like this? Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue? It was Christopher Gavin. As I expected, your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. I was right? Christopher Gavin, you were the 4th person that night. But of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue, the ones on the floor or the table. But look, you can see the colors in this photo. Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that, a game in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor. A competition? Yes, a test of wits, a silent flash of passion. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome. Well, Christoph? Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin, is something the matter? No, nothing. Excuse me, it was just so sudden. Right, you aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Christoph, you know even I'd never take a joke this far. This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. A defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder? I assure you, I'm quite sane. But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim? I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either. Yeah, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met. Well, what if they have? Huh? There is a possibility, after all. They may have met that night before the game started. What are you suggesting? Is this the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Well, only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court. The defense would like to request no such thing. Mr. Gavin, testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before that game of poker be related? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss O'Reilly... Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you. Oh, okay. Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony? I think I know what the answer is, but I'm just gonna check. Yes, we do. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna hear Phoenix's testimony. This was Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along, and I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. If to Justice, you will betray me, your teacher. I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth. Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please. Okay, appetite before murder. That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at the table in the photograph. Shady Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. Oh wow, Francisca Moncada. Love the name. Thank you for the follow. I hope you're doing well. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. Mr. Gavin, you were at the Borscht Bowl Club the night of the murder. I dine with him rather frequently. And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder? Quite against my will, I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, right? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth, as I did back then and now. I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Excuse me. Justice. Sir, he's lying and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can end well. Why can't I have a normal trial? Poor Apollo. He's really being put through the ringer for his first trial. Okay, press. Just to get more information. You had dinner with Mr. Gavin? Yes, he dines with me at the Borscht Bowl Club quite frequently. We were enjoying the usual dinner at our usual spot as usual. Usual? I always eat at the table closest to the piano. I see. Where Mr. Smith was sitting. So, the plates and such on the table were from your dinner? Indeed, the remnants of my meal with Krista. We dined for 2 hours and Christoph left. After that... Okay, press 5 minutes. So the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time. That would have been a fateful encounter, to be sure. Hehehe. Oh, Mr. Wright, what was it you said? Christoph Gavin and Shady Smith may have met. I believe I did say that. Here I was all nervous about this meeting, and now we hear they just passed in the hall. That does seem a little weak as a pretense for murder. Oh, it would be, if that were all that really happened. Come on, Mr. Wright. What are you hiding this time? Press. About this failed trap. This is the same trap that Miss Olga O'Reilly mentioned. The plan was simple, elegant really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call them out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. He swapped the cards. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Yes, a harmless prank in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it. A quirk? I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. The card she planted. Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game. Disposed? Where? There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. An empty bottle of grape juice? The murder weapon? Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The color glass makes it hard to see. A battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like terrific drama. A card inside the murder weapon? That's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look. Okay, so let's examine. Okay. So, I don't think I can take a look. Yeah, I don't think I can take a look. Okay. Mr. Wright, the poker head of courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits. Please revise your testimony with this new information. Okay. But yeah, where is the bottle? But yeah, I don't see a card in the bottle. Okay, oh, okay, so there's meant to be nothing in the bottle, and then that's when Phoenix has to defend himself. The bottle is completely empty. Okay, so let's present. Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes? I've examined the bottle, and I don't see any card in here. No? What, Mr. Wright? Surely ... isn't all you have to say for yourself. I can't say that I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however. Huh? Perhaps a 5th person came and took it out. Oh, and a 6th person could have helped. Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor. I won't have you disparaging our investigation either. We looked inside that bottle, there was nothing. So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear? In any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence. Oh. Push him harder, Justice. Break him. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Oh, why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore? Okay, Okay, press. You made the call to the police from the first floor of the restaurant, correct? Exactly. Cell phones don't get a signal down in the hideout. Was anyone else on the first floor at that time? Not a soul. It was the middle of the night after all. So there in the darkened restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone. Press. And when you returned, the victim was already dead, yes. I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in. A little? He was bleeding from his forehead after all. I guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. Okay, press? Could you explain why you called Mr. Gavin? I'd obviously gotten involved in a rather sticky affair, and I figured Kristoff's law offices would give me a friend rate for my defense fees. Ah, glad to hear you intend to pay. Oh, I'll pay in full, Kristoff. It was I who got you involved after all. You may find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend. Quite high. Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was talking about? Justice, you know what you have to do. He's lying. Expose him. Now. Yes, sir. I have to think. What's Mr. Wright trying to tell me with his testimony? The truth has to be in there somewhere. Okay, okay, I don't think there's anything in that photo. Um, yeah, I really don't know. Man, this case is really stumping me. Okay, oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, so in this one I present crime photo 1 because crime photo 1 is what Phoenix would have seen. The only people that know about the cut is the police. So yeah. So how does he know he was bleeding? Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes. Take a look at this photograph of the crime scene. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. Good point. Justice. Next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it. Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court? Ah, I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put that hat on his head. Eh? You? You put the hat on the dead man's head? He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view, shining bright, just like in this photograph. And I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head. Ooh, why'd you do such a thing like that? All I can say is I'm sorry, but that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. So Miss O'Reilly didn't see it? It being the victim's or his head? I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Ah, here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Ahem, pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. Hey, he's still our client, isn't he? I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin? This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Kristoff. I never knew. I believe it was you threw the first stone. Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. Eh? When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. A reason? That reason is right here. Your cell phone? That night, Recall that I spoke with Defense Attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case, I recorded our conversation. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Kristoff, I seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? Game not going well? Something like that. That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good? He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him hard. You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china pate? It wasn't you, was it? Me? Please? The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands, should it come to that. Bone china plate? That was a typo. Nice going, Capcom. A kind of porcelain, very smooth and shiny, and not plate. No, it's not a typo. And not plate, but pate. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead. The court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating my forehead. Wait a second, something's not right about that phone call. So after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Bowl Club? Most certainly. Then how did he know? When did he see this bone china pate? Oh, that's right. Yes, that was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene, and when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? So, this is your reason. The reason why you put the victim's hat back on. Your point, Mr. Gavin? It's come down to this, has it? Phoenix, right? Order! I will have order. Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear Defense Attorney Gavin's testimony? Ahem. Well, as a prosecutor, Very well, we'll break for 10 minutes, after which Mr. Gavin will take the stand for a cross-examination. Are we all clear on that? Crystal clear, Your Honor. Very well, this will be the final recess for the day. Okay, so we're getting closer to the truth. Mr. Gavin and Mr. Ryan are both in the judge's chamber. Who'd have thought today would turn out like this? May I? Huh? What? Hello, sir. Please, pick a card. Well, what's all this about? Is this one okay? Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it. A trump card? The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. That's all. An ace. Where do I remember that card from? Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2. It is 5 aces in all. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you. Missing 5th ace. Wait, the splotch of red. Is this blood? You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. This blood-stained card is my trump card for finding the truth. I fell deep into thought as my mind raced to understand what all this meant. That girl, I've seen her recently, but where? That's when I made the connection. Yep, that girl is Phoenix's daughter. Bloody Ace has been added to the court record. And now we're back in the courtroom. Court will now reconvene. Defense Attorney Kristoff Gavin, will you please take the stand? Now then, if you would, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. Will the witness state his name and occupation? Is this farce necessary, Your Honor? Believe me, far stranger things have gone on in this courtroom. Fine, I'll play along. First, there's one thing we need to have made clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat? By secret, I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Smith was bald. Forgive my curiosity, but what is it about this fellow's head? Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in it. Objection! I wouldn't call it inordinate, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Wright! What do you think you're doing, Wright? Wow, things sure look different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo? Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore that hat all night, never once taking it off except for that one time. That one time being the instant he was hit. Oh! When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, you would have had to have been there in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer, is what you're trying to say. Not bad, Apollo. Ooh. Mr. Gavin, I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court. What? Oh, I assure you, I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Yet, I'm afraid in the current situation I see little reason to hide anything. Very well, allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night. Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us, how were you involved in the events of that fateful night? Okay, that fateful night, the rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window to the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead, as he appears in the photo. A bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright holding a bottle in his hand. I sensed that was not the best place for me to be at the time, and so I left. That's when the call came from Wright. So, you witnessed the murder? For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed. Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you are on Mr. Wright's defense team? Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your client. What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand after all. So you are, Mr. Gavin. And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through that little window. Mr. Wright, you had to say that because that was the only probable window of opportunity, right, Apollo? Oh. Mr. Wright, the defense should do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared? Yes, Your Honor. I can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial is getting weirder and weirder. Okay, so, I'm going to, save the game here because, I want to get off stream and make sure I have enough time before, because, my mum is gonna ring me in like half an hour-ish, so I want to make sure that I've had a little bit of rest and like I'm all set up ready to call her. So I am gonna end the stream here. Plus like for some reason my ear is just like really, like it's still blocked up. Like it kind of keeps going in and out of like being blocked up and being normal. So yeah, I am gonna end the stream here. But I do hope you enjoyed the first part of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy, and yeah, yeah, that's it, yeah. So yeah, let's exit the game, I don't need to save because I already did. There we go. Okay, so, but yeah, thank you for coming to the stream. If you enjoyed this video or this stream, depending on whether you're watching Twitch or YouTube, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube and follow me on Twitch. I'd really appreciate it, especially because I am inching ever so closer towards 140 followers. So yeah, I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, my social links are also in the bottom right corner, although I'm only gonna add you on Discord if I actually know you. I don't really add like randos or especially people that are trying to sell me stuff or promote their work. So yeah. And then I also have an Instagram, although I'm actually not even that active on that anymore, but I do still have like my old posts and like some stories on there that you can look at if you want to know more of what I'm into. But yeah, so we're gonna raid someone, and yeah, I probably won't be able to stay that long just because I need to get ready to call my mom. So yeah, let's see who is online. So Choma is playing Dark Souls 3. Piero is playing Uma Musume. Neshi is playing the brand new Donkey Kong game, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Ali is doing 24/7. Rova is doing Act 2 of Baldur's Gate. Frankie is doing Silent Hill 2, but she's caught to where I am, so I can't watch that. Yeah, let's yeah, I'm gonna raid Ali. Gonna raid Ali and show her some love. I'd much rather prefer to raid into a chill stream today. One where my ears won't be overwhelmed, because clearly like I don't know whether it's my hay fever or whether my right ear is just like going through some stuff, but my hearing is a little bit weird right now. So let's start the raid, and we're gonna raid Ali. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow with some Yakuza 3 Remastered. Looking forward to getting back into that game, especially because I can't remember whether I missed Tuesday last week for some reason, or whether I played something else on Tuesday. Maybe I did Ace Attorney last Tuesday, because I didn't do Yakuza last week, and I'm trying to remember why. But yeah, anyway, let's raid Ali, and I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.